This probably doesn't matter anyway. I mean, I don't know. I'll probably die under the worst of circumstances, no matter how I've tried to live in this ongoing hell. I am not going to go back and give all the background here. I'm going to get this on first. I'm allergic to chemicals. This is political. My immune system, if I'm around chemicals that are toxic to me, and most of them are, if they involve remodeling or some household, like glues and paste and Windex, if again, and bleach, if it's in a close quarters, or if it's been placed in your ventilation system. I was shown how that's easy to do. A photographer showed me uh, with his chemicals. It one minute it's beautiful and nice and relaxing, the air's clean, and the next minute it's holy hell. You're running to get out before you die. So anyway, this has been ongoing, and it's murdered me. It's assault with intent and a conspiracy. And it's because of who I am. But I'm going to get this on here if I can. I stayed here at the same place. I try to leave Roanoke, let me say that, and I'm forced to come back here. So the people that owned it for 14 months lived in Germany, and a holding company ran it. So it wasn't fun. It's a nice enough place. I can't say that. It's older, but it's got a courtyard, and it was nice. And I've become thankful to have anything almost. But anyway, I stayed 14 months, and these people, the Patels and Shaws, bought it out. And right away, they started putting it in. They were going to remodel, but this had nothing to do with remodeling. They were deliberately going to get me out, and they did. I was so sick when I left here and pulling my stuff from this side of the courtyard to around on the other side, and then the minute I get there, the fumes start there. And they can just say, oh, that's crazy. I'm not doing anything to you. You can't call the law who's telling them to do it. You can't get an attorney. You're out of luck. This is in Roanoke, Third Lane Road next to the airport. Now then, I'm going to give you the conversation after I got in here. So they run me from one place to the other. Same thing's going to happen to me. And I can't go out in the national forest in tent. It's cold, and I'd freeze to death, and the cops would be out there handcuffing me, saying that I'm not taking care of myself, when in fact, that's exactly what I've done. So I came back here, and I hope I get this on. 2 days or 3 after I came, had a 20 days through Choice Motels, 3 nights awards for staying here before, or I could stay anywhere before and got the award nights, had built up. And I came here, and Kim checked me in. Well, most of the people have changed, but anyway, she put me 116. It's close to where I was for the 14 months. It is. It's right next door. So there's a place. I'm going to make this point real quick. There's a place outside in this breezeway outside my room where you can turn off the electricity. There's a box and turn it on. So this happened to me when I was here before a few times, and it leaves me, well, in the dark or running from pulling my stuff from if they move me or something. And it makes me look bad. You don't see the background on any of this. You just see what I'm responding to. Well, you don't see what I'm responding to. You see me running, and you don't see the fumes and et cetera, or any of this, why they're doing it, which they shouldn't be. They should be locked up and charged. But after I got here, 2 days after I got here, I guess it was, or 3, went out for a walk, came back, the fumes are gushing in. I pass out, wake up, and it's dark, and electricity goes off. Call Kim that checked me in. She says, well, she'll send someone to turn it on. Then she calls back and says, no, nobody can. This is a huge place. You'd be shocked at how many people stay here. And she doesn't have somebody that can help me. So anyway, I'm old. I can't even move or walk hardly anymore from what's been done to me. So she says, well, there's a room. I'm in 16. This is 18 down. So I pull a couple of my things down there, and she tells me that she'll have to have my key to this room, 116. I can't occupy 2 rooms. Can you get how sick this is? I didn't ask to occupy 2 rooms. I just asked to stay in the one I was in when the electricity went off, even though it was fumigated fumes poured out. I didn't mention the fumes because they just say it wasn't happening. So anyway, I could get into it. I was cut off from my clothes and stuff in this room. She got the key and took it up there, so I couldn't get back in it. Why? So anyway, I go up there at 11 o'clock, and the owner's supposed to be up there then. He suddenly shows up. He says, well, I'll go and turn the electricity on for you. I said, okay. And I said, do you mind helping me? I took a couple of things down to the other room, 120, bringing them back up because I can't pull the stuff, suitcases. I can't walk. So anyway, they're really rude to me. And he says, well, when you were here before, and I want you to get this because the girl today, the electricity went off again. They're cutting it off. I had nothing on. I had the microwave on. I had the cell phone on. And what was the other thing I had on? Light. When the electricity went off, they're cutting it off, just like they deliberately use the fumes, the toxic fumes, to murder me is what they're doing. But at least electricity goes off, and they can't say it's not off, I guess. So I can accuse them of that or tell them that they're doing it. And but up there he said, well, to me when he's going to come back and turn it on a few days ago after I'd come in, he said, well, I want you to know things have changed from before. And I don't know what he meant, things have changed. What's he implying? But I'm sitting there, and he's saying, you complain. He said, you've gone here, you've gone there. I went to social media because the law doesn't work for me. YouTube and Facebook, quite frankly. So anyway, I can't tell him they're deliberately doing it. He'll just say it's crazy and threaten me. So I sit there and take it. He comes down and turns it on and helps me with a couple of things back up here. And after he was gone, I thought, well, they successfully, without me saying anything about fumes, the electricity went off. They moved me to another room, the old 8 o'clock, and it was 11 o'clock then, and bringing it back to the original room, 116. What a laugh, unless you're me. So now then, I've decided, because they were so rude to me, Kim and I, they were. So I decided not to have anything, not to say anything, go up there anything except they have a breakfast, and I go up there for that real early so I don't run into them. I'm just going to stay here till I get my days out, and hopefully I can have a decent place to go, again, wishing. So this afternoon I had the microwave on, cooking the pasta, Lipton side dishes, all I have to eat. That's what I was cooking. Electricity goes off. I've got my cell phone charging, bat, and a light. That's all I had on. Goes off. I call her, and it's a Mickey, she said. I thought she said Kim. She said Mickey. She was ruder than the first one. They're black, by the way. I don't have any civil rights. I was all for their civil rights. Oh, my goodness, maybe you should be kicked out in the street and live among people. Find out what it's like, you bleeding hearts, because that's exactly who I was. I was like John Lennon. Oh, this good-hearted soul. Everybody can live perfectly well, not unless everybody's a nice person. Let me say that. But anyway, she said, well, I'll send somebody down to, she went into some other stuff, but she said, I'll have it turned on. Well, they did. I didn't call her back and say it's turned on. It was. She called back. She says, I want to inform you. And you have to get, what's she going to inform me about? By the way, the owner, when we were sitting up there and the electricity was off the other time, he said, well, I wouldn't have rented to you if Choice Hotels hadn't put you in here. And I said, why? He said, that's when he said, things have changed. I don't know what he meant by that. It's political. I said, in other words, why? He says, well, I can't handle allergies. I said, I don't react to my allergy. I'm left explaining, see, while I'm in pain and they're assaulting me. And I said, I don't react unless the chemicals are there. So that's the closest I can come to accusing them of deliberately doing it. And he said, well, you just wouldn't have been allowed in. My God, I'm old. I don't bother anybody. I turn my TV on low. I don't bother a soul.